I'm Acting Commander Peter Fogarty from the Australian Federal Police. I'm joined here this morning by Detective Superintendent John Watson from New South Wales Police Drugs and Firearms Squad, Chemical Operations Team. This week, 3 Sydney men with alleged links to an Iranian organised crime syndicate were charged for their roles in the alleged importation of 110 kilograms of methamphetamine. The drugs were hidden in an air cargo consignment intercepted by the Australian Border Force, and the consignment was shipped from Southwest Asia. It is alleged the shipment contained hip flasks in 400 boxes, and the boxes themselves were allegedly manufactured from methamphetamine, with a total weight of 110 kilograms. The AFP executed search warrants in Liverpool and Carlingford, where the 3 men were arrested on Tuesday. AFP investigators discovered an active clandestine laboratory at the Carlingford address, and the New South Wales Police Chemical Operations Team were called in. While this seizure is a success, the discovery of a clandestine laboratory is not an isolated incident. The AFP has discovered at least 10 clandestine laboratories in New South Wales in the last 12 months. In January, the AFP seized over 11 tonnes of precursor chemicals in what is one of the largest seizures in New South Wales that the AFP has seen, and this occurred in Western Sydney. The seizure followed the people for their roles in an alleged plot to import almost half a tonne of illicit drugs into Australia. Intelligence obtained during that investigation led AFP members to conduct a search warrant at our premises in Auburn. The New South Wales Police Force Chemical Operations Team, forensic chemists, and New South Wales Fire and Rescue Hazmat Team all assisted in the execution of that search warrant. Investigators located more than 11 tonnes of precursor chemicals, which we will allege were to be used in the manufacture of methamphetamine. We found 4 tonnes of ethyl acetate, a solvent used in nail polish remover, and 2 tonnes of sodium hydroxide, a common ingredient in soaps. Industrial grade equipment such as chillers and rotary evaporators were also seized. Further inquiries led to an additional search warrant at a residential premises in Eastwood, where a further 72 litres of precursor material was seized. Both matters remain ongoing, and police are not ruling out further charges. Clandestine laboratories are inherently dangerous and volatile and pose significant health and safety risks to both criminals and the community. The AFP has shut down these production lines and stopped harmful drugs hitting the Australian streets, and stopped more than millions of dollars in drugs profits going back into the pockets of criminals. Criminal syndicates involved in drug manufacturing do not care about the harm they cause to the Australian community. These arrests are a sobering reminder to those involved in the manufacture of illicit drugs that you will be targeted and you will be held to account. I'll now hand over to Detective Superintendent John Watson.
Thanks, Commander. Good morning, everyone. John Watson's my name, Detective Superintendent from the New South Wales Police Drug and Firearms Squad, and I also head up Chemical Operations Division. What you're hearing about this morning is indicative of not only good police work, but it's indicative of the trends that we're seeing international partners working with law enforcement local here. Excellent investigation outcomes, but more importantly, from the clandestine laboratory standpoint, we saw 110 clandestine laboratories last year. The types of laboratories we're seeing, they are becoming more complex and large, but more importantly, what's remarkable about this investigation is simply the stockpiling, 11 tonnes or more, and also the ability of these criminals to manufacture and yield tens of kilos locally, but also being able to import hundreds of kilos at the same time.